We're at Falcon Heights Fire Department, and we're having our annual open house for the fire department and for the city. I've been doing it for 11 years. The open house has been going on for as long as I can remember, so well over 20. So we have a demonstration of the stove fire, where we teach people the proper and improper ways of taking care of a stove fire. We have a smokehouse for the children so that they can learn how to maneuver through a house when there is smoke in it and how to get out safely. We have general information about fires and fire safety for the children and families to take home, as well as CO detectors and monitors. Now, it's important for us to have a relationship with our community because if and when we are called upon, it's usually at a pretty terrible time in that family's life or in that person's life. So the more engagement and relationship that we can grow with them throughout the year, the easier it is. It also makes a nice connection for us. We love what we do and we love the people of this city. And so it's nice to get to know them and see who's part of the community that we're working for.
So right now we're heating up the oil to get it to its temperature, but as you're seeing right now, as we're heating it up, all the splatter and from the high heat from the oil is getting going. And then ultimately what we'll do is we'll show how not to put this fire out. First of all, raise a hand. I'm getting sick of telling this joke, but who knows what the 3 reasons for a fire are? 3 causes of a fire are. Does anybody know the 3 causes of a fire? Yell them out. Yell them out. Nobody knows what the 3 causes of fire are? Come on, people. Men, women, and children. And a close 4th, dogs. So anyway, while we're getting this heated up right now, some people want to know or come up to me and ask, well, what do you think about, or how do I use my my fire extinguisher? And yeah, you should have on the way out of your house, you should have a fire extinguisher, ABC fire extinguisher. Those put out the 3 types of fires. Wood products is A. B would be like flammable liquids, and C is energized electrical equipment. So that's what they're responsible for putting out. But people want to know how to use it. This should be kept towards exit. So if you do fight a fire, you get 911 called, and you're fighting the fire as you exit the structure. Okay. We don't want you in there, so it's like a last ditch effort. For what you do is you pull. It's called the pass method. You pull the pin, you aim at the base of the fire, you squeeze the trigger and sweep. There, see, this is not charged very well, but anyway, it would come out. So we're getting the oil going. While we're getting the oil going, I want to bring up, Joe? Josh from, I'm not going to tell where he's from, but he's going to talk about burns that he's had from a fire. Or you want to use this? Or?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Just squeeze it?
Yeah. Okay, tell your situation.
So ironically, about a little over a year ago, I guess it was like last July, I was trying to fry chicken in our kitchen with a cast iron skillet. And while it was heating, I was breading the chicken. Hi, Annabelle. We put a splatter screen over top of the cast iron skillet so that it wouldn't splatter, obviously, all over.
Closer to your mouth.
Sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
So I put a splash screen or a splatter screen over top of the cast iron skillet so that it wouldn't get all over our kitchen. And it started to smoke, which for anybody who uses cast iron skillets, that happens. They get really, really hot. So we were used to that, and that should have set off a couple of red flags, but for whatever reason it didn't. So when I finally was ready to drop the chicken in, I pulled the splatter screen off. It basically exploded on our stove. So giant fire lights up. Got everybody out of the house, and we didn't have a fire extinguisher, which is pretty stupid, obviously, but we do now. We should have about 20 of them, in fact. So I tried to grab an up glove, and I threw it. I didn't try to put it out because we didn't know how to put it out. So I tried to throw it out the back door. When I did, I ended up getting second and third degree burns all over my right leg because I was wearing flip-flops. So my right leg and my foot, I guess, it was on crutches for maybe 6 to 8 weeks. So yeah, moral of the story is A, don't fry chicken at home if you don't have to, and B, listen to these guys and they're going to show you how to actually put this thing out, which I'll be watching very closely.
Can you show your burn?
Sure. He's asked if I can show my burn.
So anyway, he's just going to show his burn. Like I said, he had a lot of splash burns on his lower legs. We responded to his house to help him out as he's showing. Did you have to have a skin graft by chance?
I did not.
Did not, okay. But anyway, like I said, he's got some burns all over his body, and you're on crutches for 6 to 8 weeks, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that sense, what we're going to talk about, so if you do have a...
Your oil's going. Remember not to
Oh,
talk so long.
sweet. The oil's going. Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. So anyway, we're going to get on with the demonstration. I'm going to clip my mic on there.
Right.
So what we want to do when we come up to a fire, when we're cooking, we do not want to have... Jeff, you know what? Can you demonstrate for me? And I'm just going to talk. All right, so if you can see Jeff right now, he's going to demonstrate how to just safely put it on. And all we're doing, this is simple, all we're doing is sliding on the lid or the cooking sheet with a gloved hand. And you're going to place it, you're going to come in, slide it, and then put it on top and pull back away. And Jeff's just going to do it briefly, but you want to leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. That will properly extinguish or smother your fire. And then Jeff's going to pull it off right now, but you can see if you don't, it will reignite. Okay? The smoke has a lot of unburned combustibility in it, and your smoke will ignite. Okay? As you can see, that's a perfect demonstration. Another thing you can do is you can use the fire extinguisher, but like I said, if it's not charged or it's not maintained, it won't work. As you can see, it's not charged right now. This is a good example. So you should have these tested every year. Just get a new one. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're just going to clear the area and we're going to put water on the fire, and this will show why you shouldn't do that, okay? In the process, as we load up, I just wanted to get a couple of things out here, another prop. They sell these stovetop fire stops. They hang underneath your hood or range, and they magnetically clip on, and there's a wick right here, or a fuse, and it lights, and it sounds like kind of like a small shotgun, and it lets off your extinguishing powder. So you can hang this above. There's instructions on here, but the best part is just to slide the lid on. And we got Ian here. He's going to dump some water on. So if everybody wants to stand back, not anymore. All right, so if everybody stands back, we're going to put some water on the fire, and you'll see why not to put water on it. Does anybody from the fire department have their camera out ready to videotape? Everybody get your video cameras out. Hold on, hold on. As official Facebook page, I might as well get the camera out. All right, here we go. We're going to put water on the fire. This is what will happen. Just imagine you standing in front of this fire. All right, so your clothes, your clothes, as Josh demonstrated, showing his burns. That will drip on you, and if you look at it in front, it's splashed everywhere. So just be careful. You don't want to put water on a fire. You want to smother it, and call 911. Oh. So that's kind of the demonstration we have. It turned out really well. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be up here, or Jeff, or Ian, to answer any of your questions about what to do and what not to do. On the other side of our board, or other side of the stove, we have some fire safety tips and how to use your CO detector and your fire alarm properly. So why don't you guys check it out. Just stay away from the front of the stove, as the oil is really hot. As you can see, it's upwards of 600 degrees.
All right, and for the chili cook-off, if you haven't voted yet, please get your votes in. We're going to wrap up the voting at 1:15. We do run a relief association for the firefighters. So it's an organization that helps out with family members or firefighters when they're in need. And we also make charitable donations and things like that to other firefighter assistance organizations. So we needed a way to fund the Relief Association. One way to do that in the past is we parked cars for the state fair. That was no longer available to us, so we needed another way to raise some funds for the Relief Association. So we decided on a chili cook-off. We thought it would be a really nice thing for the fire department to do, a little bit of fun and some community engagement.
Give it a try, you know what I mean? She just... And the winner this year, with flightless buffalo, Jennifer